Good afternoon, Facebook. Afternoon. Yeah. Afternoon. Yeah. So, hope y'all are having a good day. I just want to get on here and do a short live. I'm going to try to make it short, though. Y'all know I always say short, and then it don't be all that short, but whatever the Lord's will is. So, let's say a quick prayer real quick. I want to see some traffic. Look at this traffic. Who got time for this? Obviously me, right? Dear Lord, thank you for letting us see another day. Lord, thank you for all that you do. Thank you for all that you are to all of us. Dear Lord, I ask that you word my mouth. Lord God, you give me what to say. Lord God, you take over this live, God. Let them hear your voice, God, and not my voice, God. Dear Lord, let them feel your presence, God, all while I'm on this live, God. Lord God, take me over, word my mouth. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Alright, y'all. So, I just wanted to get on here and talk to y'all about a little something. So, last night I was watching Tammy and Flocka. Right? I don't know if y'all watched that show. I'm sure some of y'all have, but anyway. And I was just, basically, Tammy is in a place where she doesn't know what makes her happy, right? So, it's like she's getting tired because she does a lot for everybody and she doesn't know what makes her happy. All her life, her happiness has been making other people happy. So, while I was just watching that live, I was just thinking about some things. So, each of us grow up different. Some of us have hard childhoods, unfortunately. Some of us have been through things in our childhood that is traumatizing. We were mistreated, even maybe molested, or we had to be the mom for whatever reason. We had to take care of our siblings, just various things. So as a result, some of the things that we have been through while we were growing up has made us hard. It has made us put up walls to where we don't let people in, or to where we are aggressive, in situations most time where we feel like I have to always defend myself because no one else will, right? Just many things. And like I say, each of us have our own story. Each of us have our own experience that we have growing up. We each have stories. We each have different experiences. Some different, some similar, some the same. But nevertheless, all different. And they have shaped us and molded us into the person that we are today. Me personally, I didn't have a hard childhood. I was blessed, I had, it was me and my two sisters. One is gone, and then I have a little sister. I was the middle child. So pretty much growing up, I had a good childhood. I was really blessed. It was just me and my mom and my sisters. My dad wasn't in my life. He passed when I was 5. I wasn't, hey mama girl, I wasn't affected because I didn't know him, sad to say, but I do know he passed when I was 5. So unfortunately my biological father was not in my life, but God blessed, and I have a wonderful godfather that has been there for me since I can remember. So I never felt that void of not having a father, but pretty much my childhood was easy. Yes, I did go through some things, and as I got older, but I can say I had a good childhood. I always have been kind of passive, not really aggressive, which can be a good or a bad thing. I do wish I would have learned how to stand up for myself more and not be so quiet all the time and outspoken. And some people, because of their childhood things that they've been through, they are very outspoken. And some people are more internal. They internalize what they feel and they hold it in, which is not a good thing because you can explode. And when you explode, it's not good because that can be very dangerous. People that hold things in and their emotions in, eventually you're going to explode. Eventually you're going to reach that boiling point to where you like enough is enough. I can't hold this in anymore. So it comes out. And sometimes not in the best way, sometimes not in the way you intended it, but when you unleash it, it's unleashed. And it could be a situation that triggers it. So that unleashing is not a good thing because it's going to come out violently or whatever. Some people literally had to protect themselves growing up. You know, if you have if you were bullied as a kid, or you know, teased or whatever in school or whatever, you develop this aggressiveness that you had to have for self-defense. Not because you were just an aggressive person, but because you had to defend yourself. So you have to develop this aggressive spirit. So basically what I'm saying is our childhood plays a big role in the person that you are today. Like I said, I have always been quiet, not really spoke up for myself, and unfortunately I brought that into my adulthood. Like I said, which can sometimes not be good, but that's how I was as a kid, and I brought that into my childhood. You know, I've always been a person to just let things go. You know, let things go. Oh, don't worry about it. I've always tried to find the good in people, or like just think of the good and not really think of the bad, which in some cases is not a good thing. But again, that's just how I've been as a kid growing up, and that's how I am now. But I said all that to say, when we come to God and when we give our life to God, some things that we have been through, some things that we have developed as a child, we hold on, you know, child hurt, or things that we have experienced that hurt us, we hold on, we bring it into our adulthood. When we get saved, God has to change us. You know, some scripture in the Bible in Ezekiel, it talks about that stony heart, and he puts a heart of flesh in us. Because we have a hard heart. The flesh is hard. You know, the flesh wants to, as we all know, wants to take up for itself, wants to defend itself. But when we come to God, we must be open. You know, I thought of another word earlier, vulnerable, but I don't know necessarily if that's the right word, but we have to be open. We have to open up ourselves and let God in. And like I said, for some people, it's not easy to let people in, even God, because you're used to being closed off, because you feel like if I stay closed off, then I can't get hurt. If I don't allow people in, then they can't hurt me because I haven't allowed them into my heart or into my circle. We keep people at a distance. We keep them at arm's length because it's a defense mechanism that we have developed throughout the years, throughout our childhood or whatever. So letting somebody in is just, we just know I can't do that. We have these walls that we have built up. And we're like, no, I'm not going to let anybody knock down this wall. So when God is knocking at our hearts, he's knocking, saying, I want to come in. He's knocking at that wall, saying, I want to come in. Take down your wall. It's not easy for us to do because we have developed this wall over these years, and this wall have gotten taller and taller. This wall have gotten stronger and stronger. We have compounded more bricks on top of this wall as we've gotten older. So bringing this wall down is not an overnight process for some of us. It takes time. God has to work in us to bring down and to break down these walls that we have developed. He has to erase all the hurt and the emotions that are attached to this wall. This wall is filled with many emotions. It's filled with many things. It can be filled with many scars. It can be filled with many disappointments. I know for some people, not having their father in their life can really damage them. You have girls and boys. They girls growing up looking for love because they never had that love from their father. It was only their mother. So they have this void that they feel like I have to feel because my dad was never there, so I don't really know how it is to be loved by a man. So they're out here looking for love in these different men or in a man because they didn't get it from their father. Then you have the boys that don't know how to be a man because in the home, or in that child's life, whether it's a boy or a girl, it makes a difference. We as mothers do the best that we can do, but we can't teach a boy how to be a man. It's a special bond that a little girl has with their dad, and it's a special bond that a little girl has with their mother. Both parents are needed. But I'm sorry, I got off the subject. But we have to let God in so that He can heal us, so that He can heal those wounds, He can heal those scars, and bring down that wall. We have to let God fight our battles for us. So, sometimes we're used to doing things and fixing things ourselves, and that's just the flesh. It's just natural to want to fix things yourself or try to solve the problem. You're like, okay, I have this problem, and I have to solve this problem. What can I do to solve this problem? It's not that easy for some of us. And even when you get saved, let me say this. My personal experience, I can only speak about my personal experience. I can't speak about anyone else's. Even when I did get saved, sometimes it wasn't easy for me to just say, God, you handle the situation. I tried to figure it out. I tried to do things to help the situation improve. It wasn't just, okay, God, you work this situation out. I have learned how to do that with the things that I have been through, but I have not aced or passed the test all the time, because I still have this nasty, ugly flesh to contend with. So we have to pray and ask God to help us. We have to pray. We have to let God in so that He can help us. And when we truly let God in, He will erase the scars. He will erase the hurt. He will fill you with so much joy. All of that hurt and the stuff that we have inside of those walls that we have put up, God will erase it all. And He will knock down that wall and replace it with joy. You'll have so much joy. And I'm not saying that you will ever forget the things that happened to you, but they will not affect you anymore, because God has healed you. He has placed that joy inside of you. He has given you that peace. He has filled that void in you that He placed in you that only He could fill. Only God can fill that void in us that He placed in us. And until we let God fill that void, you will always have something missing. You will always feel like something is missing. You'll have happy moments in your life, but they'll be just temporary. Because when something goes wrong in your life, the happiness will deplete, or the happiness will be no more. But when you truly have the joy of God living inside of you, when things come your way, you're still going to have joy. But I just wanted to get on here and talk about that. So like I said, I just wanted to do a short video, but your childhood plays a major part in the adult that you are today. And we as parents must remember that when it comes to our kids. I was watching something yesterday too, and okay, so for this person, showing emotion was a sign of weakness, because she had to grow up strong. So her, she's seen a lot of things, she's been through a lot in her childhood. So to her, it was like, why are you crying? You being weak. I don't have patience for weakness. I don't have patience for crying. Just don't let nobody make you cry. Don't let them see you sweat. Don't let them see you cry. And I can relate to that, because I think I still am kind of like that at moments. I really don't like I don't like to let people see me cry, or to let them see that I'm affected, because I feel like if you see that I'm affected, then you're going to get the victory. They're like, no, I can't let you see me affected by what you're doing to me, right? So she was like, just hang up the phone before you get there. Don't let them take you there. But I have to say this. Just because for one person, to you, it may be like, oh, you're being weak because you're showing emotion. It's not a sign of weakness. It's just this person have not had to go through the things that you had to go through in life. So this person has not had to be that strong person, don't show emotion, that you had to be. The things that they have experienced in life is different from what you experienced. So if they're sensitive, if they cry, it's nothing wrong with that. Holding that stuff in is killing you. That's why people are sick and everything else, because they have emotions and hatred and stuff harboring inside of them, because they feel like, I can't show emotion, or I can't let you see me cry. I can't let these emotions out. But all the while you're killing yourself. If you gotta cry, cry. Cry to God. Cry and pray. I do it many times, trust me. Sometimes I think I'll be crying more than I'll be praying. But that doesn't make me weak. It doesn't make you a weak person because you cry. And we as people can't be judgmental. We can't look at someone and say, oh, you weak because you're crying. No, that you have not had to walk in the shoes of that person. There's nothing wrong, especially your kids. You can't make your kids feel like, oh, you got to be strong. Don't cry. No. You're teaching your kids not to show emotion. And this is, again, my opinion. If you don't agree with it, it's fine. Hey, no love lost. I'm just saying. You have to show compassion to others and what they've been through. Because we've all been through something. Whether it was in our childhood or our adulthood, we have all been through something. And some things make you cry. That's just reality. Whether you actually let the tears fall or not, something you have been through in your life have made you want to cry. Or go into a room and just bawl all out. So, if someone else cries and let those emotions out, we can't say, oh, this person is that. Because again, we don't know what they had to go through. We don't know their childhood. We don't know why they are the way they are. Some people are just naturally criers. They're naturally sensitive. Let's keep it real. Some people are just sensitive. And it takes the power of God. The Bible says, and I'm not going to quote it exactly right. Sorry, I'm my signal, but the Bible says, I can't remember how it started, but them that love that law, nothing shall offend them. So, you have to get to a place, and it takes you for it to get to a place in God to where nothing offends you. Because as long as we're in these dirt houses, and if we don't stay prayed up, we're gonna get offended. Because the flesh gets offended. We're gonna be sensitive. We're gonna be in our feelings sometimes. It takes prayer, a lot of prayer, and the Spirit of God living on the inside of you. So true. Let's see what they should say. So true. Everybody's challenges are different too. What is hard for some to deal may not be hard for others, but it's not any one place to call someone weak. Yes, exactly. We all have different paths that we have followed in life, and they have molded and helped mold who we are today. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and talk about that. But again, let God in, open up. He will heal you from every hurt. He will heal you from every scar. And I don't know what you've been through, but God knows. He knows everything. He knows every scar. He knows every tear that you cry regarding any situation. He knows. So just let God in, and He will be that person that you need Him to be. He will be that healer. He will be that eraser. He will be that comforter. He will be that best friend. He will be that mother you never had. He will be that father you never had. He will be anything that you're longing for, that you're looking for. God will be that and so much more. So I ask you to just open up. Let God in. Tell God all about it. He already knows all about it anyway. Pour your heart out to God. Let down that wall. And again, like I said, I know it's not easy, but if you pray and ask God, say, God, help me to let down the walls that I have built up over the years. It is not going to be an overnight process. It's going to take time. God will work in you. He will work in you the will and to do. He will work it in you. He will work in you. He will take all of that stuff out of you. He will do it. You just have to stay in His presence long enough for Him to fully remove all of it out of you. You have to stay in God long enough for Him to fully heal you and to revive you. It's not going to be just, okay, you pray one time and it's going to be gone. No. You have to think about it. It took years to build it up. So you got to pray and fast to get all that out of you and to really let God be who He is in your life. You know, when we say, Lord, not my will be done, but your will be done. Your will be done. Not my will be done, Lord, but your will be done. So that means, Lord, whatever your will is for my life, I accept. I lay down my will and I pick up your will that you have for my life. And He will help you. He wants to help you more than you want to be helped. He doesn't want you walking around holding all of that unforgiveness, all of that hurt. He doesn't want that for you. But again, we have to let him in. While he's knocking, open the door. I ask you, open the door and let God do a work on you. Because when we let him in, he will do a work on us. He will. He will do a continually work on us. He will do it constantly. As long as we stay with him and stay in him, he's constantly working in us, working in us. So you guys stay encouraged and just know that God has you. Just know that he has you. And just know that God is bigger than anything. He's bigger than any wall that you have put up over the years. He's bigger than any circumstance. He's bigger than anything in life that you will face. And that he loves you. He loves you with an everlasting love. Even if things have happened to you in your past, and you may be asking God, God, why did this happen to me? Give it to God. Let him heal you from it. Let him love on you. Just let the love of God consume you. He's there and he wants to. So I'm just going to end this with a prayer and I will see you guys later. Dear Lord, thank you for just again letting us see another day. Thank you for all that you do for us, God. Dear Lord, I ask that everyone that watches this video, God, that you anoint this video, God. Lord God, let them see you, God, and not me, God. Let them hear your words, God, and not my words, God. Lord God, you take them over, God. Lord God, you break down the walls that they have built, God. Remove every hurt, God. Remove every scar, God. Remove every disappointment, God, that they have faced, whether it's in their childhood or their adulthood, God. Lord God, you replace it with joy. Replace it with your peace, God. Lord God, replace it with your joy, God. Oh, God, just fill them up with your joy, God. Let your presence, God, overflow, God. Let it overtake them, God. Let them feel the love of God in the name of Jesus. Lord God, if they're not saved, God, give them a mind to be saved, God. Give them a mind to turn to you, God. Give them a mind to seek you, God. God, don't let them rest, God, till they say yes unto you, God. Oh, God, just love on them, God. Love on them, God. In the name of Jesus. Oh, God, meet every need, God. Meet every need, God. Oh, God, keep them covered, God. Keep them covered with your blood, God. Cover that child, God. Cover that boy, God. Cover that girl, God. In the name of Jesus. Oh, God, we need you, God. We need you, Lord. Only you can help us. Only you can erase the hurt, God. Only you can erase the pain. Oh, God, just love on us, God. Love on them, Lord. Love on them, God. In the name of Jesus.